Happy Monday, guys. So I am home. I don't know what Elijah's problem is, y'all, but I did not pick up the camera since yesterday. I already went to work. I had to stop at Target to get something for Elijah. You about to eat dinner, so what are you trying to grab?
Raisins.
All right. You mean craisins?
Craisins. Jesus. I wasn't going to get candy or snack.
You just told on yourself, because that means you were. So yeah,
I was going to get craisins.
so yeah, I'm home. Sean wants to get us something to eat because I don't feel like cooking. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, it's nothing. I'm gonna try to go out for a bike ride today, but yeah, there's nothing really like interesting going on in my life right now. I'm gonna wash my hair tomorrow because it's like, I don't know what's going on. It's not like it's real like greasy, so I gotta, you know, wash it so it can be nice and fluffy. And Maya's not here, of course, she's at work. And let me put y'all up here. I'm washing a few things that I didn't have a chance to wash. So then y'all watch the Housewives of Potomac. Oh my gosh. So Monique is quitting. Thank God. She should have quit. She should have not even came back. Like, because they have plotted on her. Giselle is a pot stirrer. Candace, she all bark, but like she just be yim, but she don't know how to back that bark up. Like she think, oh, cause I'm so pretty, I'm so this, I can say what I want to say out my mouth, and it's not no consequences for it. In the street, you know what that means. You gonna get knocked up. Karen, she was a little wishy-washy. Ashley, I think her and Michael have an arranged marriage. Like, she like, look, I'm gonna have all these babies, and when you decide that you want to step out again like you did before, I'm gonna have all these babies, and you want to take care of these babies and me, period. And I'm gonna stay married to you for a long time, and then one day when I get my whole mindset, because she's like 28, or she might just turn 30. She's still like, she might still be in her 20s, and he's like almost 60. He's old. I might be exaggerating, but I think he's like in his 50s, his late 50s, and she real young, and she's pregnant now with their second child. So I'm like, she's probably gonna just be like, look, I'm gonna make all these babies. She's probably gonna have one more, and she probably gonna be like, you know what, I'm out, peace. And then who else? Robin. I don't think her and Juan are gonna get married, because when people ask them about it, she doesn't have like, it's like they're unsure of it. I think he just proposed to her because she gave him an ultimatum on the show. She was like, we're not buying a house until we get married. Even though, like I told you guys before, I feel like they should have never got divorced. They were married once before. So yeah, that, what else? Andy, 4 Degrees. She's boring. She has no, like, and I'm not, like I said before, I'm not discrediting the fact she has 4 degrees, but it's like, what else do you have outside those degrees? Like, what else are you doing for your community besides your 4 degrees? You know, yes, we know you're a professor, okay, but what, and we know you just had your 3rd child, but what else are you bringing? Like, you know, yeah. And Candace, all right, so me and Sean were watching it, right? And I was like, when she left, she's like, oh, I need a break. Hold on, I'm imitate Candace. Hold on, with them big behind lashes. Somebody calling me. Sorry, this Xfinity because they charging me all this money. Yo, they a rip-off company. I'll be back. I don't know where I left off at, but I was talking about the Housewives of Potomac, and I think I might have left off on Candace and her husband. Oh yeah, I was trying to imitate, so you know how she is when she cries. She's like, we need her tissues because I'm sorry, and her lashes, all them lashes was coming off. I'm like, girl, bye. Like, you got dragged, stop crying. So she always has like a folded tissue, and it's always like folded in a perfect, like, it's always perfectly folded. I can't even describe. Okay, maybe I guess. So she always has this perfect fold, and she always goes like this. I need a break. You have no idea how she hurt me. So she always like crying all the time, and she's like always dotting her little eyes with her little tissue. Sean, I'm on my vlog. Huh? I'm imitating Candace last night on the Housewives. And then her husband, you know, she goes back to him crying, and you know, they were all lit. The men were not, I don't think Chris Samuels was lit, but I know the Candace's husband, Chris, was lit. And long story short, he when he touched her, all I could see is his rusty fingernails. I'm like, ew. He had like really long, dirty nails, and he was rubbing her. I was like, ew, that is so horrifying. I said, that is disgusting. I said, you can only imagine what his toenails look like. I know, but so I'm just like watching it and watching it, and I'm just like, this is so unnecessary. Like, the whole reunion was based upon the fight and what led up to the fight. And then Monique was like, basically she apologized, but it wasn't like, I don't know if she was sincere. I don't know what it was, but I was just like, really? Like, she had no emotion. She's like, I'm sorry for what I did to you. It was no justifying it. Like, but the whole season, she never apologized. And then she tried to use like her childhood tragic, like her father pointing his finger in her face was like a trigger for her. Which I'm not, denying, because people do have triggers. Oh, my battery gonna die. No like sympathy or empathy, or no, like, she was just like, well, I'm sorry, okay, like, whatever. Yeah, I was like, you know what, well, she left, so we don't have to worry about no drama with Monique, because I'm like, I do not want to watch another season with this whole, like, it's not going to be the same, because if you divide the group, it's going to be like, oh, they're going to be like filming separately, and nobody wants to see that. Giselle is good for the show because she stirs the pot, but she never has a man on the show, and when she does get a man, it's like always some drama behind it. And it's like her whole storyline was Jamal, but they're not even together because he's not even claiming her. But they were married before, but he was like, I'm a single man and there's nothing wrong with me dating. So I'm like, but you're on this show and you have this Giselle portraying like y'all in this relationship, and y'all really not. Like, she's looking like, you got her looking like a fool. And even her dad knew it. And she's like, well, my dad, no, your dad called it like it was. He might have exaggerated some things, but your dad said he's not even feeling you, and this relationship is BS. So, but when you sign on to be on reality TV, then it's like that's part of the territory. So people expect you to be like honest. Like, I kind of like the fact that Ray said, okay, so Ray said he didn't mean to be like so open and raw with his marriage, about, you know, his situation with Karen. But he was like, you know, I said how I felt. Like, so yeah, that's it. And I find it very interesting that Juan and Michael Darby did not come to, because Robin was like, oh, well, Juan had to work, he had a game, no, he had practice, not a game, he had practice. Oh, so he couldn't make it.
I've been in a fart machine all day.
I was like, yeah, okay. I personally think like him and Michael, like, they are apparently like real close, they like friends. And I think that Juan has like told Michael some things, you know, through their guy thing. And I think Michael is a little obsessed with Juan. So it's kind of like a weird relationship they had, because when Michael in the season, the finale they had, Juan was pushing Michael like, yo, chill, chill, chill. And I'm not saying like, I think they have like a genuine friendship, but I think Michael is obsessed with Juan a little bit, like obsessed, because he was trying to sabotage the engagement, even though I don't think Juan is going to actually marry, because this happened a year ago. And I'm like, if you already were married and you had a big wedding, why do you need a second big wedding? Why can't y'all just go to the courthouse, get married, and then have some type of little, like, when COVID or whatever is over, you have like something like a get together with your close relatives and friends or whatever, because it ain't happening. And if they do get married, I will retract this and say, you know what, I apologize. But the behavior of both of them and how she came at him about marrying him, because you shouldn't have to tell a man to marry you. Like, he should already know he want to marry. And if you feel like your time is valuable and he's wasting it, then you leave. You don't, you know. But they had that arrangement, like they got married young, then they got divorced because, you know, he had infidelity, and it was other things that caused them to, but I think the infidelity was like the main thing. So yeah, that's my rant for the Housewives of Potomac. If y'all don't know, I like to cook. Me and my husband, we like to cook. We don't cook as much as we used to, I think, because, you know, we have a small space. And when we get our house, I told y'all I'm speaking it. I want to say when we get our house, not if we get our house, is when we get our new home. Our kitchen will be big enough, and I can do videos in the kitchen. Again, I can do cooking with Ashley. I've been dipping and dabbing in other people's recipes. Like, I've been like pinching off of, I know I follow a couple food, they're not, I guess they're, yeah, bloggers, but they do a little bit of everything, lifestyle and stuff. And I piggyback off of some of their recipes, because sometimes you gotta try different things. And I've had some of my own recipes and things like that. But let me go, y'all. I've been ranting for 10 whole minutes.